Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It has been a couple weeks since I've recorded anything, but my family's been on winter break and vacation this whole time, so I haven't had any time to myself to actually sit down and record in peace because I have a small child living with me, and I can't. It's really hard to do that when you don't have a proper camera, b a proper recording space, and c a toddler running around screaming 24 hours a day. So my apologies that I haven't been able to record my review for The Last Jedi, my best and worst of 2017, and just anything in general for the last month. But today we're talking about the Golden Globes because those were last night, and boy, they sure were something to behold. And I'm not saying that in a good way. Last night was a lot, but before I get into all the things that I hated, I'm gonna at least go over what I liked. And right off the bat, what I'm really happy about is Sterling K. Brown winning for Best Supporting Actor in a TV drama, which is This Is Us. This Is Us. I don't watch This Is Us, but I'm just happy because he was one of the few black people who won this. I think he was actually the only black person who won an award that wasn't honorary last night. I'm gonna have to read back through the awards, but he's the only one that I remember. So congratulations to him, and congratulations to Aziz Ansari for winning Best Lead in a Comedy Series. I think, yeah, that's what he won for. He won for Best Lead in a Comedy Series. So congratulations to him. Alexander Desplat for Best Original Score for The Shape of Water. I really like a lot of his work. And who else do I have on here? Oh, and Coco. Coco won for Best Animated Picture. So shout out to Coco, even though that was dead ass the only good animated film that came out last year. I'm still surprised that The Boss Baby got nominated. I didn't think it would get nominated at all. And I literally just think it only got nominated because last year was just such shit for at least big time or big production animated features, because there weren't a whole lot of them last year, and Coco was the only good one. And of course, congratulations to Oprah Winfrey, but how it's already implied that I have congratulations for Oprah. If you don't like Oprah, are you alive? Are you human? How do you not love Oprah? And now that we've gotten through the very few good from last night, oh, we gotta tackle the bad because there was a lot of it. So right off the bat, the biggest thing from last night was the Why We Wear Black and Time's Up campaigns, which is a movement to show that actors show their solidarity for women who have been sexually assaulted in the movie industry. And I don't want to sound like a bitch, but I did not like it at all. It was not well executed, and it is so transparent that these actors, directors, producers, writers don't actually give a shit about women who have been sexually assaulted, and they don't give a shit about dismantling the systemic sexual assault that happens within Hollywood and any entertainment industry. Because wearing black to a formal event like the Golden Globes doesn't do anything. It's a formal event. All it showed was oh, these actors have money to buy expensive formal black clothing, and they wore it, and it didn't feel like anything different was done at a Golden Globes, because you still had people on the red carpet oh yes, I'm wearing this black Alexander, Versace, whoever the fuck designers are. I don't know, I get all my clothes from Target and Goodwill type shit. And then it was so transparent because Woody Allen supporters were still there patting themselves on the back yes, I'm so progressive and supportive of women. No, you're not. You support Woody Allen. He's a fucking pedophile. Get your head out your ass. And it's just so transparent that these people don't actually care about women who have been sexually assaulted or actually ending the systematic sexual abuse that happens in Hollywood. Because if they cared, James Franco wouldn't have won an award. Gary Oldman wouldn't have won an award. The hundreds or however many people were at the Golden Globes that support Woody Allen wouldn't have been there. All their careers would have ended as soon as this stuff came out about Harvey Weinstein. Heck no, the stuff about Woody Allen came out back in the early 2000s and 90s. His career should have been over, and it's been over 20 years since it's come out, and people are still supporting him and giving themselves pats on the back for wearing black and a cutesy little pin that they got. It doesn't do anything when you don't actually take the steps to end it. So the Why We Wear Black and Time's Up campaign is complete and utter bullshit to me, because nobody's actually trying to do anything. But moving on to the next big thing that bothered me last night, which was Get Out being nominated as a comedy/musical. Boy, when I tell y'all I was heated because I had kind of forgotten about it because there's just a bunch of stuff that's been happening in my life and I just kind of forgot about the Golden Globe nominations for a minute. But then Lady Bird came out and then Lady Bird got nominated as a comedy and I was like, hold the fuck up. They nominated Get Out as a comedy and then didn't even nominate Jordan Peele, which I will also get to later in the next segment. Get Out should have been nominated as a drama, and it should have won as a drama, and Jordan Peele deserved a Best Director nomination and award. There is no excuse other than white people feeling so uncomfortable at the fact that Get Out called them out on the exact stuff that I was just talking about, on them being like these white neoliberals who are like, I'm doing the bare minimum to seem like a good person. Get Out calls out those white people and how they still perpetrate racism, and it made white people so uncomfortable that they couldn't swallow the fact of taking it seriously as not a comedy, as a drama and a horror. And the thing that bothers me is that I had this very same thought process run through my mind when the trailer for Get Out dropped last year. When the trailer for Get Out dropped last year, I was like, white people are going to either A, try to distance themselves from this, or B, treat black people's fear and rationality and the racism that's perpetrated in this film as something to not be taken seriously. And that's exactly what happened because it was nominated as a comedy. I don't know how to say his last name and I'm really sorry about that. I probably should have searched that before I recorded this. But old boy from Get Out, who's going to be a Black Panther, he didn't win. He lost to James Franco. First of all, in a category he shouldn't have been nominated in. And then the fact that Get Out lost to Lady Bird, of all things. Like, the least the Golden Globes could have done was at least give it the award for the nomination that it got. And the fact that it didn't get that, and it lost to quirky white girl who wants to fuck around and disobey her mom, is so upsetting and disgusting to me. It's an insult to black filmmakers everywhere that it was even nominated in the same category as Lady Bird. And all these people who were talking about like, oh, it's so revolutionary, Lady Bird won for Best Comedy, but Greta Gerwig didn't get a nomination for Best Director. I don't give a shit about Greta Gerwig. White women directors are in abundance in Hollywood. Wonder Woman was one of the highest grossing films this year, which was directed by a white woman. Fucking Kathleen Kennedy is in charge over at Lucasfilm, and as much as I despise her, she still has a lot of she has a lot more power than any black or man of color who directs, acts, produces in Hollywood. Not just black people, actors and directors of color have virtually no power in Hollywood compared to white women. And I cannot stand white women who act like that men of color are beneath them for being directors just because of the fact that they're men. Like, they're not. White women are not revolutionary. White women in direction are not revolutionary. White women who act are not revolutionary. Black men will always be more revolutionary than white women doing anything. And that says a lot coming from a black lesbian who has a lot of problems with black men. But this is an issue that people have been talking about for ages. And like how white women will dismiss men of color. And it showed last night because Jordan Peele was not nominated for Best Director. But everyone was so pinpointed on Greta Gerwig not being nominated when the person they should have been talking about was Jordan Peele, because he made a cultural icon of a movie. Like, there was not a minute past Get Out's release date that nobody wasn't talking about this movie. He made something that was poignant, and it was beautifully directed, beautifully written, well acted. Again, I'm so pissed that nobody got any awards for Get Out. And I gotta cut myself off or else I'll just keep rambling and then we'll be here all day. And also, while I'm on this topic, just saying Greta Gerwig is a Woody Allen supporter, so I don't give two shits if she would have been nominated or not. She didn't deserve to win for her shitty little movie about a white girl who's in high school, and I don't fucking know what Lady Bird's about. She named herself after a fucking bug. I don't care about this movie. And the last thing I want to talk about is the film Call Me By Your Name, which I don't like. Somebody's going to say something about me not seeing this movie, and therefore I have no room to judge it, but Call Me By Your Name is about a 17-year-old who is romantically involved with a 24-year-old. That should be all I need to say about why I don't like this fucking movie. And it really bothers me that the white gays are angry about this because they're like, oh, homophobia, Call Me By Your Name didn't win. And I'm just like, Call Me By Your Name it looks boring as shit. 2, Moonlight won last year. So I'm not trying to be that bitch, but you know how Hollywood is. Whenever they give a movie to like the gays or the black people or people of color, you know we don't get shit else for about another 3 years. So I don't know, first of all, why people thought that two gay movies were going to win back to back. Second of all, or third of all, whatever point I'm on, Call Me by Your Name doesn't deserve to win because again, it is a 24-year-old involved sexually and romantically with a 17-year-old. I don't know if y'all knew this, but 17 is not an adult. And even if he was 18, 24 and 18, there's a lot going on there. You shouldn't be 24 wanting to date somebody fresh out of high school, fresh into college. That's fucking weird. So long story short, you cannot defend a film and call homophobia to the Golden Globes and the Hollywood Foreign Press Association for not letting it win when this movie shouldn't have been made in the first place. It is a movie about a predatory romance. I don't give a shit that it's set in Italy. I don't give a shit that it has a nice 80s aesthetic. I don't care how much of a boner or crush you have for Armie Hammer or Timothy however the fuck you say his last name. I don't care. This movie shouldn't have been made. It shouldn't have been nominated. And I'm really angry that people keep letting these mediocre ass white twink films get nominated for shit that it doesn't deserve. But hey, Call Me By Your Name lost all its fucking awards, so that's another good thing that came out of last night. But now I also have to see discourse about white gay people being upset that it lost, so there's a downside to that, but whatever. Moonlight has an Oscar. Mahershala Ali has an Oscar. It won Golden Globe for Best Drama last year, so fuck off, Call Me By Your Name stands. We got Moonlight. We're good. And that's all I have to say for the most part, because if I start talking anymore, I'll just get into the nitty-gritty, and then by nitty-gritty, I mean I'll just start cursing people out, and that's not going to be pretty. But the Oscars are coming up soon. Those are going to be way worse, I can already tell. And I'm hoping at least somebody I like gets a Oscar win. I don't think the nominations are out yet, but if they are, I'll look them over and then make a video about that. But if they aren't, we'll see how shit turns out come February. So, thanks for watching. I don't want to say like, comment, and subscribe because there are like 5 of you, but pass this around. Get my angry movie rants out there, and maybe someday I'll actually get somewhere with this.